to the garden, sit back, kick off your shoes a minute. Broke the busyness for life, you know we're choosy with it. Sprung up from the soul, soon I'm gonna be snoozing in it. Got so many breaths, I take them deep, won't introduce a limit. Cause it's a season, no rest. How can I live when I'm deceased and depressed? I dug deep and I found peace in the chest. Can't no one take that from me, not even the press. I'm just one man, one woman. You maybe miss my genesis. I love the welcome to the garden piece. That's what inspired me to do a podcast in the garden.
Yes.
Now I don't stem to arithmetic. Hit the brakes, slow it down, and we gon' get the pace. On the raceman of every nation, ain't no Chevy Chase. Though I got one too, it's a box 1 2, just to hold all my tools in the boss son too. But I won't floss on you. What's that cross going?
Did you know that this garden was inspired by you?
I didn't.
Yeah, that's what Allison wanted me to tell you.
Really?
Make sure to let you know that this garden was inspired. Just because we would go over to your house.
Okay.
We'd see how you would just plant things with other things and see how it happens. What's that called where it's like interlocked? I forget what it is. But it's
ecology.
It's all one cycle. They all work together.
Yep.
And so, we were like, yeah, we love that. Just plant seeds and see a jungle.
Let it grow.
Yeah.
Exactly. And put the plants in there that you want in there.
Right.
And then let them, reproduce and multiply.
See what happens.
Yeah.
It's been sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. An inspired garden.
I love it. I like seeing the cherry tomatoes just popping up everywhere.
Going crazy.
I love that.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Dude, welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
A billion times, 5 times probably on the podcast.
Something like that.
You were my 4th podcast ever, all the way back at the start.
Yes.
Collin.
Yeah.
So good. What have you been up to, bro?
I am just...
Do you have a garden?
I have a small garden this year. I have a lot of corn growing.
Yeah.
Because I can just put that in there. And
we can't get corn.
Corn
can't figure
grow?
it out. Yeah. So we need to talk about
maybe
that.
Need more sun.
Yeah.
Or more water. I bet you have a lot of water here.
Yeah.
I have some beans growing.
Oh, nice.
And I have a ton of sunflowers and some lettuce and some dill and some kale.
Nice.
And some carrots that I got to dig around and find. It's overgrown. But when I go through and pull all that stuff out, I'm going to find carrots. And, yeah.
They're just chilling in there somewhere.
They're
right?
in there. I know about where they're at, but I can't see them anymore.
That's crazy. Yeah, you got some good stuff then. Is it in that back lot area where you're going?
Yeah, like out the back door, kind of to the right.
Yeah, kind of close to where you filmed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's that same rectangle that was in there. It's things are planted in different areas, but it's that same block.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're planting other things too, dude. We both planted something big. But Alice and I were driving last night, and we were talking about how our baby's going to have so many cool friends because a lot of our friends are having babies at the same time. So
exactly.
We're both new fathers.
Yeah, man.
You were telling me the experience before this. It sounded crazy.
Yeah, it was.
We don't have to talk about it again, but that was intense.
It was
like
wild.
2 totally different birth experiences happening around the same time, and it's just you don't have a game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. You're just dealing with it.
You just feel it as it's happening. You know what to do, and you just lean into it and
go with
Yeah.
Probably same with now we have kids too. It's like
parenting is the same exact way. You just try to do your best in that moment.
Yeah.
Whatever you're facing in that moment, just try to do your best, and you're gonna go positive directions.
Yeah.
But if we try to escape and be somewhere else, and our minds are scattered, and we're not in the moment, then who knows what how our parenting is going to affect this person.
Wow. Yeah, that's so true. To be 100% present.
It's
not easy.
That's the key, because if you can do that, then every situation that arises, you know what to do. Because you can just follow your instinct because you're in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We learn as...
And you may not make the right decision, but you learn from that specific instance to then help you. Okay, well, for instance, right, here's one of the things that happened for me. I didn't put the diaper on quick enough while I was changing. I mean, it was a mistake. She peed everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta, okay, I'm gonna just once the diaper's done, I throw another one on quickly, so that I avoid that mistake in the future. You know, what I mean, it's not
There
like
you go.
that's not bad, but
Yeah.
you have to be present. If I was on my phone, just miss the pee.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep.
It's just
And
crazy.
we just, for the first time, took our baby's diaper off and just let him be naked for a while.
Were you guys outside?
No, we were inside.
Oh no, we did that, and that was a recipe for disaster.
Of course. Yeah.
We had poop on the
Exactly.
on the couch, man. It's not good.
Yep. But we thought about it. It's like the only time this baby does not have a diaper on is when he's in the tub.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we're going to give him 10 minutes of naked baby
Mm.
and then put his diaper on.
Did he go to the bathroom?
Yeah, he peed a little bit
Yeah.
and farted. But he didn't poop everywhere.
Are you like not that I have this, but Allison changes the diaper pretty often. But I'm the one that it's kind of my role. Hey, change the diaper if you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a problem. I don't mind it. But is that
If
do you
I'm
guys
around, that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Your time to connect.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy having a baby. They're just like, it's a little seed. It's a little plant in a way too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The garden
and
of life.
You just let it grow and you see what it does.
Yeah.
And then you respond to what it's doing. And then you can lead it and teach it. And
Every time I'm like in the garden, I sit. It teaches me so much about life too. It just is like there's so many things that happen in life that are similar to the garden, and then from the grand scheme of things, like at the macro level, life is like a garden in a way. You get planted, you grow, you die, you bear fruit, right? But then even in like little things with kids, with jobs, with relationships, with small things, I see the garden and different things like that. The patterns that are in the garden.
Yep.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's the form of life.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's a similar pattern, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Are you making music?
Yeah, we are working on music. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been listening to Collin Eicher like on all the time, dude.
Cool, man.
I keep on
Cool.
catching lyrics that I didn't realize were there. I'm like, oh. You said
Excellent.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy all in that.
Yeah.
And
Numbers.
in Numbers. Yeah, that's right.
Genesis,
The
Exodus,
Torah. You
Leviticus.
threw the whole Torah in there. It was beautiful. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's fun to hear because that's how I love music that is I can listen to it several times and still catch new things. And so I love that you're catching that. And that I didn't know if anybody was going to catch that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah. It's very enjoyable. I'm
Heck yeah, thank you.
rocking
Man.
with it all the time.
But yeah, we're like working on music in spurts here and there when we have time because Joey also has a newborn. And so now it's going to be interesting to see if we can line things up to like make time, or we might have more time than ever. I can't decide which,
I found
it's
that
gonna be.
with a kid, everything takes a little bit more time, if that makes
Definitely.
sense. Like to go and do something, it's a lot more effort.
Definitely.
And so you can do it. You have to be really intentional, but it's not easy.
Yep,
It's
yep.
not like as easy as it used to be.
Exactly, because you have this being that you're like trying to keep alive.
Yeah.
And that takes attention at all times, really.
Yeah.
Which is, it's crazy.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's definitely cool. It's so enjoyable.
Yep.
Yeah. But you got.
But like we were talking about, the propagation period of a
Yeah.
plant is the hardest time
Yeah. When
as
they're
the
growing
tender.
roots.
because you just got to get that plant to where it's like it's got a couple sets of leaves, it's taking in sun, it's taking in water, and then it's gonna grow fine on its own for generations. It's gonna produce fruit, which produce seed, which produce more plants, which carries on and on. But that propagation period is the tricky part.
Yeah.
It's not so easy to get a plant from
They're
a seed
fragile.
to a healthy plant.
Yeah.
And so like with our kids, it's the like propagation period where they're seeds and then they're like small seedlings until eventually they're like kind of
Can handle on their own.
plants and they can think for themselves a little bit, grow how they want to grow. But
Each plant's different too. Each one has like different stages where you really need to nurture it up to a certain stage.
exactly,
Because
yeah.
there's like a mulberry tree, you barely even need to like propagate it. It just pops in
Comes
and
up
then
every Every year.
explodes out, and you're like, you almost like go away.
Yeah, exactly. Some things you gotta ward off.
Imagine doing that to babies. Don't do that to babies. But no, I totally.
And
see.
that's the thing. It's like if I got mulberries popping up and raspberries popping up places, I'm gonna find as many places to keep those plants as possible.
Yeah.
Because I love those things. And if I take that away, then I'm gonna get something that I probably don't even want.
Right.
So let's let that stuff grow where it can, and then some places you can clean up.
Yeah. I did that I had a big mulberry tree, and I cut it back a bunch because that's where I want to put my peach tree.
Yeah.
You know, so you replace it with something you want even better.
Exactly.
You know, but
and if you can get them to work together, that's the key about the ecology thing, is getting all the elements to work together, you know, to increase the life experience of each of the other elements.
yeah, so they're working in tandem.
Yep.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have the right. I mean, yeah, you saw basil with my tomato plants.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all this stuff is just planted together. Yeah, it's going to do great.
It's cool. We have a lot of plans for it too. There's been a lot of inspirations, and we did all this while having a baby, so we didn't even put a lot of attention to the garden. Yet it's fruiting for us, which is cool.
Exactly.
Lots of fruit.
That's the beautiful thing. We had so many berries this year.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any time to be out there to like
enjoy
grow plants, but I had just enough time to go out in the mornings and pick a thing full of berries.
Oh, that's cool.
And stick them in the fridge, in the freezer, whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't have to do anything for that. And we had more berries this year than I think we have in the past
Wow.
2 or 3 years.
You just let them go wild.
And I was able to catch them too, because in the past I've been so busy that you see, oh, the berries are about ripe.
3 days later.
Then 3 days later you get out there to pick them and they're all dried up and shriveled.
Yeah,
But
they're quick.
If you can get it in the morning, the first time you see it, it's the perfect berry.
You came and fixed my water right as it's like that week they were going wild.
Oh, yes, that's
And then
right.
that was it.
Yep.
You know, it was really just that
I
week.
went back there and I picked a couple of them.
They're so good. Yeah, we were doing that too. That was right when that was right around the time we first had our baby, I think. I don't know when that, maybe right
It was
before.
just before.
Just before.
Because I knew I was trying to get to it before you guys.
We were at camp, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, then it was perfect. It ended up great.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a saint. Literal magician on figuring out how to make things work in ways that no one else knows, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's wild.
I get the copper cutters, and I get the sandpaper, and the flux, and the torch, and the striker, and I go to town.
Yeah. See, half those words are ancient, magical words I've never heard of. The flux. Okay, yes.
Flux.
Yeah. What is that?
Flux.
The thing? Is that the portal that you send people through? The flux.
Yes. You send the water through the flux, and it
Okay.
comes out at the faucet.
Yeah. Yeah. Greek and Hebrew. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
No, it's cool, man. It's really cool.
I've been doing that for like 8 years.
I remember when you
So
started.
that shit is just normal to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in it. You're focused. It's just, yeah.
It's just, what I do.
I love it. Yeah, I was.
And I don't get to do copper so much anymore. So it was like, I was thankful for this
Yeah.
thing that I could do.
Is it all
fun.
PEX? A lot
Yeah,
of
it's
PEX?
mostly PEX
Yeah.
or some type of plastic pipe.
You think that's going to be a problem in the future?
It's probably more a problem now.
Really?
Just
yeah.
like producing all that oil-based plastic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, what if it gets so hot that the Plex melts, and 50 years down the road, you don't
it
realize.
will probably last forever. That stuff.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's leaking its oil into the water line, and we're all drinking it.
No, it's probably. I mean, it's probably sanitary. I'm sure they do all that tests. But it's like how we have to produce it. It requires so much input that would take out of the earth. It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And plastic's hard to break down.
Yeah, it never
Fair.
does.
Yeah. They're finding ways. They definitely are. Not at high levels. There's like mushrooms that eat it and turn into like
Oh crap!
Yeah, solid.
All our water lines full of water
The-
can get eaten by mushrooms.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe certain ones. There's some type of bacteria.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, do you think that there's problems down the?
Who knows, dude? I never heard of that. Crap.
For sure, they're figuring out ways to like make.
But that's why I like copper, because it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what I was saying.
There's
Like,
something about it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Or
Well, and water runs on rocks and stuff, and you pick up those minerals. It makes sense in some way. It's yeah, that's funny.
I think the bigger problem is pumping our houses from with aquifer water. You know what I mean? When we have so much rain,
Oh,
we could
going
collect
down
and
deep
use.
and then
we're instead taking the water out of the ground. Everybody's pumping water like crazy.
when we
Especially
could just
the
be like
farms.
grabbing it. Yeah, that is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
We're on city water, so there's a whole who knows what going on there too for
Yeah.
us.
That's probably what
Also,
taken
if-
out of the river, or
I
probably
think they,
pumped out of
like-
what? I don't know.
They like pipe it in, clean it, pipe it back out, throw a bunch of stuff in it. I think it's a whole
And they add their chemicals.
Yeah.
For
yeah. Take the really
compliant
nasty
citizens.
stuff.
Oh.
From what I've heard, they take the real. I was talking to Jesse. He was telling me how like they take waste and then they literally clean it, and then the real nasty stuff gets sold to farmers, which then they throw back on the fields. And then we eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. What? That's a whole ring.
Yeah, that's a whole ring. So yeah, I don't know. We have this
Get a dairy cow.
get a dairy cow.
This is the solution. Every household get a dairy cow.
Yeah. How? What would that do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It would get people like connected to where their stuff comes from. And the milk that you get out of a cow is way better than the milk you get out of a jug.
It'll cleanse
know?
your system.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll refresh you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. We make our we got raw milk. I don't know if I'm supposed to say. We got
Yes.
normal milk that I made mozzarella out of yesterday. It was so much. 2 days ago on Friday.
Normal
I made,
milk, I like
yeah,
that.
normal milk. You see me winking? Yeah, not totally legal above board milk that came from big milk.
Big Milk did it.
Yeah, so we made mozzarella. It was really sweet, dude.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, mozzarella. Is that where you like pull it apart and it's like real stringy?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen videos of that.
Yeah, when you knead it.
Yeah, it's like a dough kind of.
All you
I
need to
wanna
make
do that.
mozzarella is two things: totally normal big milk from Big Milk, and vinegar, and it makes this like mozzarella. It's so sweet.
Oh my god.
It's cool, dude.
Big Milk.
Big Milk. Yeah. The meal we had was we made our own pasta. We have way too much free time. Made our own pasta. Made our own mozzarella. Sauce came from the garden, and chicken came from a local farmer,
Nice.
And-
And the eggs.
and the eggs from a local farmer as well.
Yes.
And then chicken parmesan. The
Dude.
flour we don't own. We need
That's
to figure
like
out.
some Michael Pollan stuff.
Yeah, that's sweet, bro.
Going out and gathering your
Yeah.
resources.
Grabbed all my stuff. It was sweet, dude.
That's
It
epic.
was super cool.
Cool.
You
Yeah,
feel accomplished.
Chickens. If you get some chickens,
I know. That's more
you got the eggs
feasible
and
than
you
a.
got the chicken.
Because I don't think my yard could even hold a cow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could do
it.
a cow.
It would eat all of this stuff.
Yeah. It would destroy.
The
Decimate it.
chickens would really love it.
Yeah, I think so too. That is, and I like bees. There's so many bees here.
I know.
I'm like, I would love to have some honey here.
There's a lot.
I know
of
you do honey. How's your honey going?
Pretty well. I have 3 hives this year,
Wow.
and so last year I didn't have nothing because I was like, I'm getting so sick of these bee colonies dying out every winter. I don't want to go through that again, so I'm not having no more bees. So all last year I didn't have bees, but then this year I bought 3 nukes from a beekeeper down in Auburn. And I thought, like, these are, like, local bees.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of
Used to this
acclimated to
area.
this climate or whatever. Let me try this. And so I put them in 3 boxes, and they all seem to still be going.
That's cool.
So, yeah, the one in the middle is the strongest. And so I'm hoping to get at least one of them through winter this year.
Oh, that'd be cool.
If I could do that, then I feel
Accomplished.
so good about those bees, and I'll be able to split them out and make who knows how many
Yeah.
hives I could split out of that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the seed. That's like the propagation of bees is like get them through winter and then
Yeah.
reproduce those bees.
Because they're strong bees at that point.
Exactly.
That's like I take my best fruit because it's the best. It's gotten through the hard times. It's the most luscious, and then I plant it right back in.
Yeah.
Because it's going to produce that again.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the best of all of your plants and you use that.
And you use the ones that you love the most and get them as healthy as they can be.
Yeah.
And then allow the other ones to grow up around them. And then you decide which ones of those you want to still keep. And then you just, all the plants that you want end up being
The best.
what grows.
Yeah. You hear that dog?
Yeah.
It's just vibing. That's the one thing.
So it's like seeding weeds.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? We're going to have plants grow if we leave a patch of ground
Yes.
open.
Yes.
And most people think whatever grows there is going to be weeds. That's just because you didn't do anything with it.
Mhm.
But if you put in the plants that you want to be weeds,
They'll grow.
they'll
Some
grow.
of them will grow.
Some of them will grow. And then you just allow that to be the weed. And man,
Yeah. It's
then
sweet.
when the weeds in your life are fruitful and you love them, you're putting stuff together well.
Yeah.
And that's the ecology thing. It's like fitting the pieces of the puzzle together
Yeah.
so that all the elements complement one another.
And it just grows. It's so sick.
It's
Well,
epic.
and some of the weeds that we're not even aware of, like, are actually pretty tasty and good. Like, there's stuff that grows. I'm like, oh, I love like
The
that.
actual plants we think are weeds
Yeah,
are
find
a lot of them are medicinal
Mm-hmm.
and edible and just beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that my car?
No, that is not. There's a parking lot, like right down the right. We're next to a church,
Okay.
kind of.
I keep hearing stuff.
Yeah. Someone calling you?
You hear
Oh yeah, that's a train.
that? It sounded like a phone.
It does. Yeah. Welcome to the city.
Dude, I'm not used to it anymore.
You're out. You got that country life.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Country life on a busy highway.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's good stuff though. You got a little hidden acre, hidden corner.
Yeah, my hidden acre.
I love it.
I like that. Hidden acres.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really fun because I'm figuring out for my property, I have 1.5 acres, and I've been really wrestling over what the hell is the scale of what I can do with this land. In order to better the soil, to better the life on the property, to
Yeah.
make it more beautiful and more functional
Yeah.
and more productive.
Yeah.
What scale am I operating on here?
Mm.
And I've just, connected to that in the last week or two. I'm on a lawnmower scale.
Mm.
I'm on a lawnmower scale. So I have a riding lawnmower that I zip around. And that's what I use to carve out my elements for what I'm putting in there.
Right.
And once, I try to be as efficient as possible on the lawnmower. So I start in one spot and I follow a border around the whole yard,
Okay.
wherever it takes me. And then I come back to the starting point. I've made one big loop,
Okay.
and then I just follow that line all the way around the yard again. And I just do that until I get to the center.
Oh, okay.
Instead of doing lines back and forth,
Yeah. No, you're.
how efficient is stopping every 10 feet, turning around?
No, it's more efficient
stop.
just to do it all at
You
once.
just ride the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so that has helped me carve out what I want growing where.
Hmm.
And now I have my patches of earth, I have my yard, and I plant the weeds.
Hmm.
And I put plants where I want plants to be.
I love that.
Or I'm starting to try to do that because it's just coming into my awareness. But
Yeah.
as I do little things here and there, I try to put seeds that I want wherever I want them.
I'm trying to get to the point where I have no need for a lawnmower.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. And you could do that here.
I'm getting closer.
Yeah, you just keep it growing out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we keep expanding it out. We're just gonna get bigger. I love. I see
this
what you're
is
saying.
epic.
Yeah, maximize.
Maximize.
What you have.
That's exactly it.
Mm.
And so you're never going to need a lawnmower.
Yeah.
I'm going to just ride around mowing paths because I have 1.5 acres.
Yeah.
And somebody that's at 5 acres is probably going to put some cows on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they might have a little garden for their house, but they're going to operate at like cow scale.
Yeah. God, I wonder how much you need to put a cow on. Probably an acre.
Probably an acre for a cow.
Yeah, I'd assume.
I don't know.
I don't know those things.
It might be several acres.
Yeah. Depends. I think it depends on where you live too, because I know
Yeah, definitely.
it's based on how much they can eat of that thing. I'm sure you want to switch it. I have no clue. This is where it gets a little bit out of my depth of range. I can plant seeds. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
And
some
that's,
chickens.
That's what
some
I started
bees.
with too. I was like, somebody was trying to get me to get chickens. I was like, I'm trying to figure out plants here.
Yeah.
Let me figure out plants, then I can maybe move into.
But they work
animals.
with the environment. That's the nice thing.
Animal, yeah.
That's
Having
part
animals
of
is
that's part of the ecosystem that you can't forget
Yep.
about. You know?
Yep, because they fertilize and they cut back
Mhm.
and they do all the work of a lawnmower.
Yeah.
So maybe I can work myself out of a lawnmower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for now,
What if you took all that
whatever the
you're-
lawnmower can do, I know a cow can do,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I got a lot of that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what if you took the path that you're mowing and consolidated it into one section and just put the cow there?
Put the cow there,
Then you have
and
all your
then
gardens
you
that
have
far.
4 or 5 sections
Yeah.
on 2 or 3 acres, and you just move the cow around.
Oh yeah.
And then in between, the grass and the far acres
You just
have
fence your path.
a week of
just walk
growth, and then they go back to the fresh stuff.
Oh yeah. Keep eating it.
Mhm.
Yeah. What? Oh, Allison was telling me that you would think that animals would want to eat the new growth because it's the most ripe, it has all these different things. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of nutrients in the new growth, but it emits this like pheromone or this aura around it, so that when the animal smells it, it doesn't want that and goes towards the old growth. So it literally is protecting
Interesting.
the new growth as it grows. This happens for cows because they were studying it. And they're like, why wouldn't they eat the newest stuff? So it's a way of the cow eating the old stuff first and dealing with that, cleaning that up, and then the new stuff can give time to grow and produce.
Interesting.
It's fascinating.
So maybe you need a big enough paddock for a cow to be in for a week,
I have no
and
clue.
you have 4 of those,
Yeah,
and then by the time you get to the far one, it will be a month.
yeah.
Maybe that's enough time.
I'm
for
sure
that
there's
grass.
like schedules and stuff, and they probably have it down to science. That's whole agriculture, that world. I know Allison's uncle has cows, and he has to have 10 acres for one cow.
Oh my goodness.
But he's out where there's no rain, so it's really dusty.
yes.
So it's
I
harder
see.
to grow stuff. That's why I was saying probably. I don't think it's the same here because we live in the rainforest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
So-
it feels like these days.
Well, and it's just not. I mean, we got that snow. Like, if you were to take that snow and turn it into rain, we would live in a rainforest because of how much goes back into the soil. It's crazy.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we're in a very fertile area.
And if you can capture as much of that water as possible, that's the key.
Mm.
Capture the water where you can capture it. Because, especially for us, if we're taking all our water out of the ground,
Yeah,
when we have all this abundance that goes to waste and gets, taken through drain pipes and
yeah, pumped and pushed.
flushed out and clean and then put back in the river,
Yeah,
what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
take the stuff from the top, and it's better on everybody, actually.
really. Yeah,
But that's
we do a lot of
that's
our.
my
I mean,
opinion.
you get probably we water our garden with our wearing barrels.
Yeah.
We're not flushing and cooking and drinking water from it. We're doing well. Like
Yeah,
was
I
talking
don't.
about.
I need to. I don't.
Not well,
have nothing
city.
set up because at the same time as I say this, it's like I got to actually figure out how to do it.
It takes work.
It takes work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's kind of coming onto my radar. Why am I pumping out of a well when I have all this abundance of rain?
I'm sure
I
if
just
you
need to put
YouTubed
the
a couple
infrastructure
things.
in place
Yeah.
to capture the water.
Just watch a couple YouTube videos. There's so much knowledge out there that you can
Oh
find
my
something.
goodness! And I've been
But-
gathering ideas for a long time.
I'm gonna pull you back. You got to be present now.
I
So you
know.
can't sit there and watch YouTube
Well, I
because
know.
now you got a baby.
Exactly. That's the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Is it takes so much focus to keep a child
Yeah.
growing
Yeah.
and to keep a connection growing.
Yeah.
Phew.
It's wild.
It takes 50% at least, you know what I mean? And then the rest of life can be another 50%. But that baby is like 50%
Oh no, yeah, it's
of the
intense.
total.
I'm so excited though. I don't know if you are too, but I'm just like so excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to do
it's getting fun for us.
Yeah.
Because we're starting to see personality come out, and he's like wanting to move around, and he's gonna crawl any moment.
Oh, dude.
He's like picking himself up, and
We're trying to incorporate our life to be as normal as possible. We don't want it to change, and then just bring this little one along.
okay.
Just hey, live our life with us. you know?
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah, that's an excellent approach.
Yeah, because we're trying to live the life that we lived before the kid game, because we want it to be. It was interesting. I was talking to my dad. No, I was talking to my mom, and she was talking about how what's really important the kid sees the most is the relationship between you and your partner or your wife.
Yeah.
Right? You and your wife. That is the most.
Goodness, I believe that.
That's the thing the kid's looking at the most.
Yep.
And so as long
And
as
that's the thing
good.
that's under stress the most.
Right.
That's the thing about having a newborn.
Yeah.
Is the partner relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
It's. Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's stress on both parties.
Yeah.
And it's new stress that we've never dealt with before.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it starts, sometimes it can get,
But I've created this life with my wife already.
yes.
Beforehand.
Yes.
And so why disrupt that healthy thing? So I'm bringing that child along onto what we were doing.
Exactly.
So.
And keep the attention on the partner
Mhm.
and the partner relationship. And then the baby will be incorporated
Yeah.
as a part of that.
Yeah.
But you're exactly right. And that's
Very
what,
excited.
what I don't know, when you get in those weeks where everything is, you
Yeah.
know, frustrating
Mhm.
and nothing seems to be in sync, you know, between
Yeah.
the partners, man, once you can reconnect, you remember, oh,
Yeah.
I see. I remember the mission here.
Yeah.
I see what
What's
we're
the
doing.
focus?
What's the focus?
Mhm.
And so if the partner relationship is the focus, I think it's good. You
Mhm.
know, it will carry on for a long time.
It's crazy. Yeah. It is absolutely wild. I think you're so right.
Mm-hmm.
You want something that's strong. It's what's crazy is that relationship we're in at this moment right now
Mm-hmm.
is just an offshoot, a seedling that we're trying to in that phase right now.
Exactly.
You gotta put the time
And
in
remember that that's the focus.
Yeah.
If you can both remember that,
there. Yeah, it'll grow strong.
it
It'll
will
be good.
grow strong.
And then the kid will grow strong because they're seeing that as
Yep.
well. It's crazy, man.
Yep.
So, all right, I asked you a question. We went off on a beautiful tangent. I'm so glad that we went on that tangent. But are you making new music?
Yeah, we are trying to in
Yeah.
bits and pieces
Yeah,
when we can get things to like line up and whatever.
yeah.
But Joey's been working on stuff and then sending it to me.
You hear
And
that?
Yeah. This
Sorry.
we used to have that right by our apartment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are right by the. Sorry, Joey's
Right
sending
by
you
the fire
music.
station.
You're talking. We'll probably watch the. I bet it's
Is it
about the
going by?
past. Yeah. Sorry, folks. This is City Living. Yep. Wow.
Ooh, shit, Lord.
Yeah. Bless that situation.
Bless that. Yeah, right. Fire.
Yeah. That looked like an ambulance. I don't know. It could have been
Sounds
fire.
like fire.
Mhm.
Wow.
And we get this a lot. 8th
But-
Street, so.
Of course.
Mhm.
And we used to have that always going off in the middle of the
You were
night,
right next.
beside our bed.
That would be tough.
So I got used to that one. And the trains I got used to, but hearing it again, I didn't recognize it. But yeah, I have an iPhone now. And so me and Joey, it has made it so easy to share
Mhm.
ideas back and forth and like
Collaborate.
collaborate.
Mhm.
And he can work on stuff in his space and time, and then I can kind of work on stuff in my space and time.
That's cool.
And so we're gearing up to drop 6 songs
Ooh.
in September.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are pushing then.
Yeah, we're chugging.
I love it.
Yeah. And so we dropped 3 songs in March.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to drop 6 songs 6 months later in September.
Cool.
And that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Some of them are SoundCloud already, right? Or no?
Yeah, the first 3 are on SoundCloud. Yep.
Mhm. I think because I was going to say, I've
That's
heard some
Colony 1.
Colony One on SoundCloud. It's good. I'm like, I've not heard these before, and they were out there. But then when I go to,
Oh, you didn't hear them?
well, I think I've listened to them because I went on to SoundCloud, but I had not. When I was listening to your music, it was on Spotify. So
Yep.
there's only 3 on Spotify.
Yep.
I know, or maybe
Oh, yeah,
4.
I have a couple extra ones on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yes, and one of them, I think one of them is a song that's going to be on this next
That's what I was
project.
asking. Yeah, I wanted. Yeah.
Busy. Is
Okay.
Busy on there?
I listened to it once, like a couple months ago, pre-kid. So a lot of the stuff that was
Man.
before that is I don't remember the name. So,
Okay.
but yeah, no, very cool. I love it.
Yeah, man.
So 6 more songs, man.
Yep,
that's
6
wild.
more. And it's crazy because we dropped that in March, and Zion was born in March.
Oh wow.
So it was like that was a crazy
release.
ride for me. So I feel like I have a lot of space here between now and September.
Yeah.
But we have 6 songs that pretty much are like we know what we're going with, and it's just a matter of recording and getting it down, and then
Doing it.
mixing, mastering,
Yeah.
whatever,
That's cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's Joey's thing. He does the. He's
He's the engineer.
an engineer. That's the word.
He's a magician's the word, dude. For real.
Truly, yeah.
Just how you are a plumbing magician. He's an engineer magician, bro.
Yes.
He'll say words that are also Greek and Hebrew to me as well.
I know it, man.
I have to learn them. It takes me a while.
Dude, I had my laptop over there, and he was trying to show me how to like send something or bounce a file out of Logic or something. I forget what it was, but he was like telling me what to do, and I felt like an old man like trying to navigate this computer. And he's like, "No, just do this, and done."
That's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah, like a magician.
But when you're in it so much, you get used to it. That's everything,
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I'm hoping to pick up some of those skills from him because it would make life so much easier if I could navigate some of these programs better.
Part of it is being in those programs. You got to spend time in them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool, though.
And I'm hoping to do some of that this afternoon. I'm going to get the MPD out and try to like
That's around.
do some beat. I had made a beat for the first time in years, and I liked the way it sounded so much. It's going to go on on this next project.
That's awesome.
And should I play it?
Yeah, if you want to.
Let's play it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. That's
Let's-
cool. Then you're just out there creating. Is this pre or post Zion?
This is post. This is all post Zion. It includes Zion a little bit.
Yeah, this is dope. That's dope, dude. I like that.
That's it.
That's exciting.
Stars War.
Stars War?
Stars War.
Okay. That's okay. I love it. What is there a theme for this next 6 do you have? Like compared to like The Garden, right?
Yeah, there's a theme.
Yeah. You're just
There's-
figuring it out.
Let's let me go to my notes.
You got a month before this is out, huh?
Yeah, about a month.
Dang.
I'm thinking 9-10-2-3.
Okay.
Does that sound cool?
9, 10, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because you got the 9, 10, right? Those are a sequence, and then 2, 3 is a sequence.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that type of thing.
What do those all add up to? 19, 21, 24? 6.
Wait, do that again. 19,
21, 24.
21, 24, 6. 6.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. So it's going to be called Colony 2.
Okay.
We're thinking 9-10-2-3. And, man, what's the focus for it? I had drawn out,
Different things.
I had drawn out a little diagram, but it's in my notebook. So the whole feel of the thing is based off of one concept, and that's faith, hope, and love. Faith, hope, and love. And the whole reason that grabs me is because I think that what Jesus was saying, was it Jesus that said that, or was it Paul? Whoever said that in the New Testament, faith, hope, and love, the greatest of these is love, right? Wasn't that part of the
I think
sequence?
it's Jesus. Yeah.
And so to me, it's like, so if love is elevated over these other two, then that means that there's layers to it. There's levels. There's some type of gradation.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word.
I see what you're saying, though.
But to me, it feels like a
Layers.
progression. You
Yeah.
start at faith, And then once faith is established and it's like a seed, once it starts growing, then you enter hope, that this plant is going to fulfill its calling and grow into what it's meant to be. And then love is the furthest progression. The greatest of these is love. And that's when the plant is just growing and producing the fruit, because that's what that plant does.
Yeah.
So
and I think they also interlock. Like
and
it's probably like a.
It's like. Yeah, like if
I see what you're saying.
Atoms flying around, it's like they're intersecting at an infinite amount
hope
of
gives
points.
you faith. Faith gives you hope. Love gives you faith. Love gives you hope. Yeah, all this stuff.
And they build together. But if you're only at the faith level, you don't even recognize the hope interactions. You know what I mean? Because you're just trudging it out. And, oh, yeah, I believe. It's all about belief and thought. If you're just in that space, there's not even hope. You don't even know what hope
until
is.
Someone shares you a little bit more hope, which then builds your faith. Right?
Exactly. And then once you experience hope a little bit, then you have your faith alongside it. Then you start experiencing love in little bits and pieces.
Or you're able to give love from faith, and you give love from hope.
Yeah.
And you have love of, that's fascinating.
Yeah. And so
love gives you belief.
Is really the representation, in my mind, it's like a experiential feeling of faith. And Colony 2 is going to try to be an experiential feeling of hope.
And then Colony 3 is love, is the plan?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'll be released.
That'll probably be about 9 months after we release this one in
Wow.
September.
Okay. I love it, dude. You've been really working on this stuff. Will you change your name, or will you release it under a new name?
No, this will all be under... I don't know if I changed the name, the artist name with the project. Do I do Colony 2, Colony 2? Or do I do Colony 2, Colony 1 as the artist? It's still Colony 1, right?
I don't know.
I think we got to keep it. And then it'll be Colony 3, Colony 1. And that's 4.
Yeah.
And then... who knows?
Yeah. I feel like you just need to be Colony. And then you have 1, 2, and 3. Maybe not.
Colony. Just Colony.
I'm
There's
over
got to be another artist named Colony, right?
No, definitely. Probably.
Yeah.
I've changed my podcast name so many times. Do whatever you want to do, dude.
Okay.
There's no set standards.
Let's list out all the podcast names.
Okay. So it's
what
Timmons
did it start
Podcast
at?
first. Timmons Podcast.
That's what it is, right?
Right now it's Timmons Podcast Network.
Network.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. And which I should go back probably to Timmons Podcast. That makes sense. But and then I changed it to Daily Content. And I was doing daily content nonstop for a year.
With Lincoln, right?
With Lincoln. And then we changed it from daily content, because then we got busy, to Tim and Lincoln Show. And that was like, Tim and Lincoln Show was there for a year. And then I changed back to Timmons Podcast Network to encapsulate all that.
So Lincoln went it out.
Yeah, Lincoln was out. He comes back and podcasts every once in a while. It would be good. It was fun to do it with Lincoln. We had the...
you guys would just...
go with it. We were
go
cranking out
for it.
podcasts.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We had the time to do it.
Yep.
No kid.
Yep.
Good job. Good.
Now it's hard to find an
mid-COVID.
excuse to,
Yeah.
record.
We still
for
see
an
each
hour.
other, which is nice. But yeah, it's the time to do it. And when we lived together, it made more sense. But now that we're two separate spaces.
Yep.
But I always have a good time podcasting, because it's like we've done it so many times. It's that, you know what a flex is, right? I have that with Lincoln, because we've podcasted so much that there's like, it's nice.
Yes.
It's enjoyable. And I think when he does it again, he's like, oh yeah, this is fun. It's like doing something you haven't done for a little bit, but you've done so much of it.
And you can just dive back
Right,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then you have a little bit more material because you've had some life experiences.
yeah. Or we
It
talk
just-
about the same stuff, again.
Go back.
We forgot we talked about this. Let's talk about it again. It's fun. So we have a blast. Yeah, but yeah, those are the iterations. Each time I would lose people, I wouldn't listen, because I think there's something to the name, but then it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
every time we got too big, we just changed the name. It was kind of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out let me maximize on this first name, and then we'll change it maybe after,
Ooh,
depending
nice.
on what we see.
yeah, yeah. Do whatever you want to do.
Surf.
I'm just saying you can definitely change your name
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
I think it's got
Or
to
you
be
keep it.
Colony 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be
'Cause that's the
Colony 2
genesis.
under Colony 1.
Yeah. Colony 3.
And then, I guess, the first album then, or the first project is self-titled.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Got to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, for real. I love it, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to show you some of these songs later.
Okay. Are you doing 369 too?
Yeah,
in 9 months?
It will be 369.
Dang. So you'll have 9 songs, your last one, possibly.
Yep.
Woo.
That's the plan.
We're throwing out numbers here. I'm tracking with you. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So 12 total. I think you told me this a while ago. You've been thinking through a lot of this stuff for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, I've been planning for freaking my whole life.
Yeah.
I didn't know it, but I'm trying to incorporate all the things that I have acquired along my path
Yeah.
that I want. It's like planting the good flowers, you know, instead of the things that we think are weeds. Plant the flowers and the food and the medicine. And I'm trying to do that with every element of my life. And yeah, it is all coming into it. I'm trying to, I'm not sure even.
Yeah. Trying to
I'm
explain
trying to
it.
fit it all together
Yeah.
in order to
Well, you're exploring
put me
it.
on the most efficient path possible.
You're exploring it. Is
I'm
what you're doing right now,
exploring.
and then you're kind of telling us about your exploration.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
And that's exactly what I want to do with
That's so cool.
all the projects, with faith, with hope, and with love. Let's experience these things together and just like see how it makes us feel. And I think that hope will make us feel a little bit better than faith. But we're still going to incorporate faith. But love, like, it takes us even beyond hope. And it puts us in the full,
In the middle.
present reality of love.
Yeah.
And it incorporates all the rest as well.
Dang. Wow. Where are you at, do you think? Are you at the love stage, or are you in the, like, if you were to look at your life?
I'm squarely in Colony 2. Colony 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the hope stage.
Hope. And
Beautiful.
I'm feeling more glimpses of love just in my day-to-day, like seeing how the sun rises. Every time I can recognize a sunrise or a sunset, that's what gets me into like feeling love and feeling like, man, this is a beautiful world. This is a beautiful reality, and we want to keep encouraging the beauty. And why? Of course, that's a better space to be in. And but still, there's like a lot of things that are hanging on that I'm like, I want to be free from this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I see the potential, and so I have a lot of hope that I'm gonna get there. I will freaking do it.
That's part of faith, too.
And that's faith too. I
Yeah.
have to have some faith because I don't see it. You know what I mean? It requires me some faith because it is a belief. But I can't just allow it to be a belief and then not affect my actions. If my actions are, different from what I say my beliefs are, then I'm lying about my beliefs. Because my actions just follow my beliefs. So whatever I'm doing is a result of my beliefs. And so hopefully what I'm saying I believe is incorporated into my actions. And that's where the hope comes into it. And then once it's like a little further integrated, then you kind of start living out of the love stage.
Yeah.
But it takes some work.
Yeah. And you're glimpsing it, but yeah, you're in the hope stage.
I'm probably at the end
You said square and
stage of hope.
That's cool. You hope.
I hope, yeah. And of course, it's a sine wave.
It is.
And you go in and out.
Yeah, it's peaks and valleys all day long.
Valleys.
Yeah. Now, it's funny because when you were explaining those 3 things, I'm like, man, I'm in the hope stage. I just resonated with that.
Excellent.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dealing out hope. I love dealing out hope. Like,
Yes, hope is
Yeah. Because you can always
medicine.
look at any situation.
And laughter is medicine.
Laughter is beautiful too. It is. It really heals.
And plants are medicine.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it's intertwined.
And fresh air is medicine. And sunlight is medicine.
And fresh air comes from plants. Right.
That is
Sunlight is
that's the best connection of it all.
Yeah.
Is the breathing cycles. These plants are the lungs of our
the earth.
planet.
Yeah. I love walking in the forest. And,
It's a different feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's that rush. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love it, man. And eating from it, it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is really a beautiful thing. You don't want to squander it. You grew it. It took so much to grow. You want to enjoy what you have.
Enjoy.
Dude, I got cucumbers out the wazoo, dude.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And we're eating them
Man.
all the time. And I pickled a bunch. I mean, it pushes you to do more stuff and not just sit on YouTube.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Get out.
You could
do the
listen. I
thing.
listen to podcasts while I do stuff, which is kind of fun. I still consume,
But it's more interesting when you're also experiencing it. Instead of if you're just watching it and imagining what could be,
oh yeah,
but you're not actually doing it,
yeah,
then it's like, how much could you get out of it? Because you're not even participating.
right.
But yeah, when you're like actually doing it and observing what's happening and making decisions and learning about the plants,
Mm-hmm.
then that stuff is phenomenal.
Well, and then you're outside breathing the air around it.
Exactly.
I mean, healing.
And yeah, you're in the soil, which being in the soil is medicine.
Yeah.
And you're getting energy from the earth.
Yeah.
If your hands are in the soil, your feet are in the soil, you're doing
And
all
our
right.
feet were meant to walk on soil. That's the crazy thing too. Like we were built for that. I do when I was training for that triathlon.
Yeah.
I would run to Abshire and then I'd run up and down hills.
Oh,
There's
heck
that
yeah.
Abshire hill, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The big hill. So what I do, and I
That's
take
a
my
good hill.
Yeah, it's a fun hill to run up. I would take my take my shoes off
Mm-hmm.
and run barefoot up and down the hill, and I loved it because I was like flexing all my feet muscles in different ways that they hadn't been flexed.
Yeah,
that
because
day.
your shoes keep them in one position.
Yeah, a cast is how I've been told.
A cast.
Mhm.
But if your feet can move,
Yeah, you're gripping it, and then it's uneven, and you're going uphill and downhill.
yep.
So you're like
And you're feeling the grass and the
Mhm.
twigs and stuff under you.
the stones and all the fun things.
Yeah.
I loved it though. It was really. I just felt like my feet were strengthening from that.
100%.
was cool, so.
100%. We used to run hills in high school for football.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I hated that. I hated that so much.
Did you run barefoot?
No, we
It may
had
have
our
been better.
cleats on. It
It
probably would have
been
been better
better.
barefoot.
Yeah.
Man. But, yeah, that was,
It's like because I run
hills.
in my shoes to the hill because it's all pavement and road and stuff, and I look forward to the hill because then I can take my shoes off. It's like a reward, even though I'm still exercising, and it's a harder exercise.
Yes.
It's still way more enjoyable because I'm just running with bare feet. I love it, dude.
Yep.
I look forward to it.
that's awesome.
It's cool.
That's really
Gamifying your world.
Exactly. Because if the workout and the thing that's supposed to be hard for everybody is not enjoyable, you're not going to do it.
Right.
But if it's enjoyable,
Yeah.
it makes it way more accessible.
Rewarding. It's rewarding in multiple ways. Same with the garden. You go back and you're eating from the garden. That's
Yeah.
the reward of doing the work or being out there. There's other rewards from it too, but man,
Yeah.
it's cool gamifying.
Gamify it.
I know you got to probably get rolling.
Yeah, I got like 4 minutes here.
4 minutes. Okay. Yeah. What do you want to talk about in these last 4 minutes? I like the faith, hope, love thing. That makes me really intrigued.
Yeah.
To start thinking about that. It's that pattern. There's so many
Yep.
patterns around us.
Yep, exactly.
My dad calls it ancient paths. Like
Ancient paths.
there are things set in this world
Yeah.
that are this is how they are.
Yeah.
Like old, like just foundational things. I would say like
Laws.
reap what you sow is a law that you see in a lot of different religions, in a
Yes.
lot of different places, in a lot of different things. Karma would be a way of
Karma, yeah.
explaining that in some way, or the law of gravity. Third law of thermodynamics? Any reaction has an equal or greater reaction.
Mhm.
Any action has a
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Cause
There's
and
like
effect.
cause and effect. There's that law is there. So I think there's a lot of those laws that were placed before. When we go back to the Torah, let's say we're thinking from biblical standpoints, that's a law as well. But there's laws before that,
Mhm.
like that were known.
It's foundational.
Mhm.
It's part of how the whole thing operates. Yeah.
Like the plants. I mean, you see the
Yeah. And is cause and effect.
yeah.
And it's
But there's like I don't know what they are, but I think there's like ancient paths.
like
the-
karma,
yeah.
like what you put out happens
the
back.
faith, love, hope. Faith, hope, love thing. I think is a
Faith,
law
hope, love
out there.
is a law, exactly.
That's
And
a-
love is at the center of the whole thing. So it's actually
Ancient path.
it's a big sphere, and faith is on the outside of the sphere. And then you start digging a little
Hit that
deeper.
hope.
Then you get into hope, and then you keep digging because you're at hope, and it's like, oh, we're getting closer. Once you get to the dead center, it's love.
Yeah. It's just wild. Love's a beautiful thing too, because then out of love, a lot of stuff comes too.
Everything comes
Yeah,
out of love.
it's a
it all
beautiful-
starts in love.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes. I like that soapbox. I'll end on that one.
Okay. Yeah, Collin, thanks for coming to the garden and podcasting.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
for
for
having
inspiration.
me.
I'm looking forward to September. I'll release dates when that comes and whatnot. So
Okay. Heck yeah.
people know, or maybe we have you and Joey back on. That would
Actually,
be
yeah,
fun.
that would be fun.
That'd be a
I
lot
know
of
he
fun.
liked it the last time.
Yeah, he's that was good times.
Yeah, that was epic.
All right, brother. All right, where can people find you again?
Collin Eicher on Instagram.
Okay, I'll link that.
COLLEICH.
And Collin you one on social on
Yeah, on Spotify. Collin E1.
It's on Apple too.
Spotify. Apple, SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'll put those links.
SoundCloud is where I'm keeping my most updated
It's
project file.
way easier,
of
right?
what's to come. It's so much easier to upload
Yeah.
and move things around.
Yeah,
And so I have one of those songs on this new project
That's on
on
there.
Spotify.
Yeah.
And then I think a beat that we're using on the new project as well.
cool.
But yeah, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud,
Yeah, and
All that.
Collin Eicher on Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Peace, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Where are we at?